we need to do is cherish the present, resolve to move forward. If today we cultivate one less incense stick, it seems like little. Time is spent, but how much time will be wasted in 1,000 years, 10,000 years, or 100 million years? Han Ju's words were like an enlightenment to all beings. Zun Chang'an clasped his hands and responded, I, the disciple, have been taught. Tiandi Chao covered its mouth and asked, what level is master at now, and when will he reach the great ascension? He Muji widened his eyes. Earlier, Elderly mentioned that when master was first met, he hadn't even reached the golden core level. Tiandi Chao's innocent question shocked both Tiandong and Zun Chang'an. Han Ju stopped walking. He turned around, facing away from everyone, and softly said, I've already reached the great ascension. This soft sentence stunned Li Qingzi, Morong Qi, and Tiandi Chao, huh? Zun Chang'an and Tiandong, who had gone through tribulations with Han Ju, fell silent, not daring to recall. At the magic summoning altar, the people below looked at the strange phenomenon in the sky, confused. What is that in the sky? Could it be that they're really summoning the peerless demon? According to the legend, demons were the strongest race of humans, and demons, they shouldn't be dead. I can't even mobilize the spiritual power in my body. Some demon cultivators roared, this altar doesn't allow you to come up. Kneel and crawl up. The blood demon ancestor stood high above, watching the demon cultivators roar, and you, kneel down and bow to me. Some righteous cultivators were enraged by the demon cultivators' arrogance. Jioding shouted, transformed demonic cultivators are nothing. Do you really think our Yuking sacred sect can't handle you? Their disciples immediately stopped them. No, ancestor, sect leader. The blood demon ancestor glanced at the sky, it's almost here. Suddenly, a violent wind blew in the air. A cloud of black mist blew in, gradually taking form. MANHWA appeared in the sky, as if gathering the night to make clothes. He floated in the air, overlooking the world, with a ghostly smile. The demon emperor's plan, what about it? MANHWA stood in the sky, looking down below. The blood demon ancestor spoke, we welcome the demon emperor's arrival. Jioding and others widened their eyes, looking at him in shock. The demon cultivators raised their hands and shouted, we welcome the demon emperor's arrival. We welcome the demon emperor's arrival. Ji Naiha raised both hands and loudly shouted, inheritors of the demon path. He cast a spell and said, open your eyes and see the true demon path. The people present immediately saw the images that Ji Naiha displayed for them, the world at its beginning, all things. In chaos, demons existed before gods, and after that, the human race was born, followed by the appearance of immortals. In the image, ancient beings appeared before their eyes. The demon path seeks immortality and invincibility, unbound by the heavenly Tao, and revenge for all grievances. Ji Naiha waved his hand, do as you please. The demon cultivators shouted in unison, the demon path will never decay, the demon emperor will never die. Ji Naiha clenched his fists, the people of the world have long underestimated the demon path. He stood among the shouting crowd, a typical multi-level marketing model, from today, I will lead you to the supreme position. The righteous disciples present frowned after hearing this. Han Ju was silent, who taught Ji Naiha this multi-level marketing. At that moment, Ji Tianxun appeared and laughed loudly, with you? Ji Naiha was shocked, and the blood demon ancestor also saw Ji Tianxun, it's him again. The demon monk cursed loudly, damn it, he really came. Ji Tianxun rested his chin and half lay, half sat in the air, the demon emperor was lucky last time to save your life, but there won't be a second time. The great calamity of the world ends here. The righteous cultivators below shouted in unison, it's Ji Tianxun, heaven bless the righteous path. He's finally here. Don't worry, Lord God will surely defeat them. Ji Tianxun smiled proudly, if I can kill the demon emperor in front of both the righteous and demonic paths today, then I will be the strongest in the world, the strongest, saving all beings. Guan Wu just helped Jioding sit down, ancestor, hold on, the people from the sacred land have arrived. At this moment, Han Ju's puppet, the chosen one, shouted, Hong Quan, I need your help with something. The Chaos Heavenly Dog and Suchi hid on the cliff, also watching Ji Tianxin and Ji Niha in the sky. The Chaos Heavenly Dog asked Suchi, hasn't Ji Tianxin become stronger? Suchi looked at the powerful spiritual energy surrounding Ji Tianxin and sighed, what level of cultivation must one reach to have such momentum? I'm afraid even Master might not have such power. The Chaos Heavenly Dog stood up and looked up at the sky, then we should be fine, let's prepare to return to Dian. Suchi shook his head, let's wait a little longer. My intuition tells me that this matter won't be so simple. Ji Niha glanced at the blood demon ancestor and the demon monk, what are the witches up to, letting that guy out? The blood demon ancestor replied calmly. This is no longer your era. The witches have already done well to block the great ascension experts from Tianxian Fu. He said coldly, moreover, the elite troops that were previously used to delay Ji Tianxin have almost been completely wiped out in the encounter with the abnormal shark storm. Ji Niha frowned, a bunch of useless fools. Since that's the case, I won't hide anymore. He extended his hand and made a hand seal, although I'm still a bit away from the peak, it's enough to dominate the world. Ji Niha unleashed an incredibly powerful force. The demon monk exclaimed, the demon emperor has restored his power. The blood demon ancestor wanted to curse, he actually concealed this from us and kept a backup plan. Ji Tianxin suddenly furrowed his brows. Ji Niha, at the peak of the 8th level of Great Ascension, sneered, below the Great Ascension, you are nothing but ants. Even though you can temporarily boost to the Great Ascension through secret methods, you are essentially still at the tribulation stage. Do you think defeating a 3rd level Great Ascension makes you superior? It's time for you to understand the vast difference between the righteous and demonic paths. His 4 red eyes were wide open. Ji Tianxin was immediately knocked away by a single palm strike. The blood demon ancestor smiled, victory is certain. The demon monk sneered, there is no strength left to resist. Suchi was in a panic, about to fall, Senior Ji. The Chaos Heavenly Dog also shouted in fear, no. Shi Quan furrowed his brows tightly. The righteous cultivators below were terrified, has Lord Ji, Invincible, fallen like this, Ji Tianxin? Amidst the chaos, Hong Quan took the opportunity to quietly ask the puppet in her arms, husband, is facing the demon emperor enough? Hanju answered, just waiting for this moment. Adjusting her angle, Hong Quan allowed Hanju's middle finger to precisely point at the triumphant Ji Niha, saying, nothing more. Hanju thought to himself, when defeating an enemy, one naturally relaxes their guard, and this is the opportunity I've been waiting for. He immediately locked his divine sense. Tiandong, an eager scholar, asked, Master, have you reached Great Ascension? When will you ascend? Hanju calmly replied, what's this? So eager for me to ascend? Do you want to continue paying respects to your adoptive father? Tian Di Chao muttered to himself, the peak of the mortal world is Great Ascension. How strong is Great Ascension? The wind surged and clouds gathered where Hanju stood. How strong is Great Ascension? I'll show you. Hanju clenched his fists, Great Ascension is. He politely raised his middle finger, the south and north of heaven and earth. Hanju waved his hand like painting a stroke, decisively saying, one finger to kill, Great Ascension means I am invincible. The sky seemed to be sliced open, and the nearby disciples were dumbfounded, turning into stone statues. Ji Tianxin suddenly retreated, and a beam of light next to the altar cut through the sky. A strong light shone around, emitting dazzling rays. Ji Niha just stood there, unable to react. At that moment the demon emperor made no move. Ji Niha's body shattered in the wind, quietly entering the world and then disappearing silently. At that moment, Ji Tianxin reacted, flipping like a fish leaping out of the water, clutching his chest and coughing non-stop, even if I die today, I will drag you down with me. Whoever has the ability, come. However, when he saw the situation in front of him, a big question mark appeared above his head, where is the demon emperor? Ji Tianxin only saw a part of Ji Niha that had not disappeared. He muttered, both body and soul are destroyed. Ji Tianxin blankly said, who am I? Where am I? Is this victory? Ji Tianxin turned his head to look at the gradually closing rift, his mind flashing. Did a celestial make a move just now? How could a mortal have such power? However, even so, Ji Tianxin vaguely saw a figure pass through the closing gap. He thought to himself, there's a familiar feeling in that sword energy. Han Ju pointed forward, and Ji Niha's body was struck by a sudden blow. His 4 eyes widened, and then he immediately vanished. Ji Tianxin was confused. Where is the demon emperor? The blood demon ancestor and the demon monk shouted loudly. How could the demon emperor be? The two of them retreated in fear, and the blood demon ancestor panicked. There is someone in the mortal world capable of killing the demon emperor in an instant. Could it be a celestial from the heavenly immortal mansion, who hasn't made a move yet? The demon monk shouted, stop standing there, run. Even the 8th level of the Great Ascension was killed instantly. If we stay, we'll die. Before leaving, they loudly threatened Ji Tianxin, you dared to call upon a celestial, just wait, our heavenly demon palace. We'll definitely find your heavenly immortal mansion and settle the score. Magic soul secret technique, blood escape. Even Ji Tianxin was a bit confused. No celestial had descended from the heavenly immortal mansion. He thought, a being capable of killing the Great Ascension with one sword, yet the demon lord ran away? Ji Tianxin squinted. In this world, apart from Guan Yu, is there any cultivator stronger than me, or is it true that there is someone called a celestial? But that familiar feeling earlier, what was that? Both the righteous and demonic cultivators fell silent, unable to react in time. From Ji Ding to High Tone, Guan Wugong, Li Bumi, and others on the roadside, all were petrified. Huang Jiho's eyes widened, stiffly saying, the demon emperor is dead. The demonic cultivators immediately put on a dramatic scene, exclaiming, oh my god, what happened? A powerful being managed to kill the demon emperor directly? My imperial treasure is gone, what do we do now? Below, there was a clamor, Ji Tianxin was killed? It couldn't be that Ji Tianxin was frightened earlier, but who did it? Isn't the demon emperor a great ascension cultivator? Could it be a celestial, a protector of the righteous path? High Tone muttered, has Han Ju become strong enough to kill a great ascension cultivator in an instant? Guan Wugong was surprised, Elder Han can't be that strong, right? At that moment, a few members of the Yuling sacred sect remembered and looked at the puppet clutched to their chests. It seems like it was responsible for aiming at the target. Everyone looked at the puppet's strange posture, raising its middle finger to the sky, quietly saying, could it really be Elder Han making the move? In contrast to the righteous cultivators' emotions, the demonic cultivators began to panic. The demon emperor is dead. The demon lord fled. The heavens are going to destroy our demonic path. Not good, the prisoners are starting to resist. Their spiritual power has recovered. Quick, retreat. Don't worry about the prisoners, Ji Tianxin is still up there. The Chaos Heavenly Dog asked Su Qi, what exactly happened just now? If I'm not mistaken, Senior Ji used the gap to kill the Demon Emperor? Su Qi shook her head, that wasn't sword energy, it was pure spiritual energy, completely different. Suddenly, Su Qi said something that surprised the Chaos Heavenly Dog, wait a moment, this aura seems familiar. It must be Master making the move. The Heavenly Dog was shocked, Master made a move? Su Qi's eyes sparkled with tears as she firmly replied, of course, Master has always been protecting me. Secretly, otherwise, I would have died out there long ago. The Chaos Heavenly Dog stuck out its tongue. Feeling wronged, I hate this, why don't I have that kind of treatment? Has Master forgotten about me? The Chaos Heavenly Dog called out to Su Qi, let's hurry up and run. Don't let Ji Tianxin recover his power and catch us. I don't want to be his pet. Su Qi excitedly said, okay, let's go to Dian. The demon summoning ceremony was interrupted here. Ji Tianxin, like a madman, rode a fish and slaughtered everywhere, as if competing for MVP, destiny, demonic cultivators, you're all doomed. High Tone looked at him. It seems he doesn't need our help anymore. Hong Quan was puzzled, but why does it feel like he's very angry? Ji Ding rubbed his wrist, which had been tied, and explained, he lost the lead, who wouldn't be angry? After Hanju made his move, he thought to himself, the demon emperor was killed instantly, the demon lord fled, now the righteous path should be stable. The disciples' eyes immediately brightened. Tian Di Chao excitedly said, Master is too amazing. Mu Rongqi widened his eyes, looking, Ancestor, what kind of divine power is this? Hanju asked him, what, do you want to learn? Mu Rongqi excitedly said, yes, I really want to, extremely want to. Hanju asked, didn't you say you don't like sword techniques? Tian Dong took the opportunity to push Mu Rongqi aside, yes, you said you don't like sword techniques, but if Master teaches me, I would love it. Mu Rongqi angrily defended, who said that? I can try to switch to spear techniques, it will definitely be domineering. Hanju looked at the words in the red book, Plan Naihi, alright, stop arguing. You closed the book and explained, this divine power is called the Heavenly Earth Universe-Breaking Sword Finger. The difficulty of cultivation is quite high. Those who wish to learn, sit down, and I will first pass on the heart method. To you. Whoever comprehends it first, I will teach them first. Several disciples immediately agreed happily. Hanju looked at the clear blue sky, it feels like a weight has been lifted off my chest. The hatred left by the enemy is almost gone. Congratulations to the righteous path for this victory. The time curse, Zhuke, and the cultivation of the Juyan Taoist are doubled, incredibly powerful. Meanwhile, in the sky, some people were flying in the air, handing out flyers, spreading the news, victory has been reported. From the front lines. The voices echoed through the streets, the demon emperor was killed by a celestial, the demon army collapsed, the world is shaken. Everyone saw it, and the most shocking thing was that no one knew who the person was. Even the Five Elements Grand Commander, Old Ma, gave a very high evaluation. He was already at the 5th level of the Great Ascension. And one of the highest figures in the righteous path. He sighed, when I heard that a sword shook this world, I knew the strongest strategic position couldn't be maintained anymore. Being in the same era as him is my misfortune. Prepare to live in his shadow. A few days later, after the demon emperor's death, various strange legends about the celestial spread in the mortal world. The teacher shook his fan and began telling a story, continuing from the previous topic, the demon emperor planned to rebuild the demon dynasty. Several people below immediately reacted strongly, stop talking about that. Tell us about how the demon emperor was killed by a celestial. Don't you know? The teacher tapped the table, all right, if you want to hear about the celestial who killed the demon emperor, then let's start with the myths and legends from 1,000 years ago. He shook his fan again and continued, it all begins with the legends from 1,000 years ago. Everyone knows that the celestial is the ancient god who controls the temple of slaughter. The people below began shouting loudly, do you believe? I'll kill you right now? Xian Qingjun sat in the tea house, resting his chin and listening to the commotion around him. Suddenly, a voice came to his ear, the demon army is retreating, that person is coming. A moment later, someone entered carrying food and happily shouted, guest, roasted meat noodles, emperor's buns, and pig lung lotus seed soup are here. But behind the screen, it was empty, and she was startled, where did she go? A waiter carrying wine also jumped. I clearly saw her leave. The girl immediately cursed, damn it, the shopkeeper let someone eat for free again. Xian Qingjun walked alone on the silent stone road, and the atmosphere around him was chilling. Xian Qingjun entered and called out, respected one. The respected one's deep voice asked, the planner is dead, how come you don't know who killed him? Xian Qingjun calmly knelt and saluted, I wasn't at the scene at the time, but I heard that the demonic cultivators involved didn't appear. I suspect it was the celestial gods of the enemy who made the move. After all, it's not the first time the celestial gods descended to the mortal realm. The four of them silently knelt below, and the respected one didn't speak. The blood demon ancestor and the demon monk's bodies trembled violently. Xian Qingjun asked, respected one, should the demon clan's plan to enter the mortal realm continue? After all,